I'm currently in the sale here. Now I'm gonna show you we going lower on the Nvidia, we're going lower on UVXY, we're going lower on the VIX, we're going lower on XLG, and we're going lower on NQ. Now NQ is very overextended. I want to see can ES follow here. Now if I show you in the book maps, we've been holding this level since the market opened, right? We had a lot of aggressive buying, no follow through, so the buyers are underwater. Once we take out these lows, we should have aggressive selling. And once we take out these lows, we should have aggressive selling under these lows, just fooling the market to go lower. Now, one thing I will say, if NQ end up reversing here, we will have to cut this trade, because one thing I will say, see how NQ is at the area of extreme and ES isn't, so ES can easily reverse if NQ end up reversing here. So I do need to watch the trade very carefully and see, do I need to close the trade or do I need to hold it as a simple runner here? You see how NQ is in the range and ES is still up here. And one thing I will say, the reason NQ is dropping because Nvidia. Look at Nvidia. Nvidia is booming, then we drop here. So we do need to break this lower range, or I will have to cut the trade here. I'm putting alert right here. I will have to cut the trade. We're going lower on the UVXY. The VIX going lower. XLG we're going lower. There we go. Now I do need to watch this. If I show you on book maps here, book maps, once we take it these lows, we'll see a lot of aggressive selling under these lows here. A lot of aggressive selling about to be under these lows here. So definitely need to watch that. That's something I noticed when I've been trading order flow. Now, don't look at the how much orders here. Look how long NQ took to take that low. Then it will give you some insight here. Now on the book maps here, you see all that aggressive buying, no follow through here. Aggressive buying, aggressive selling, aggressive buying, no follow through here. So once we take out that low, you see some aggressive selling here. We got Nvidia go a little higher. There you go. Look at that. Look at all the aggressive selling finna come through right under these lows. Look at all this aggressive selling. You can't make this up, right? This is experience. This is a long time coming, I'm telling you. But we're still dropping here. I like it, I like it, I like it. Alright, I'm going to exit off order flow, not emotions. Now, even on the options order flow, we're going lower. Now, we had a quick rebalance, right? Now, if I show you on the chart here, we have Nvidia ranging higher, UVIX ranging higher, VIX at the area support. XLG can still go lower. Now I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. I don't want to hold this as a runner in all-time highs. There'll be a lot of uncertainty. I'm gonna hold this a little longer, see where we can go. I like it. Now the next target is gonna be probably under here, at this little gap here, or these lows. Most likely gonna be under these lows. So once NQ take these lows, I'm looking to close the trade. I'm looking to close the trade right under these lows here. Stop loss at break even. I'm looking to close it right when NQ take these lows. I'm looking to close this trade here. Now, we're gonna watch the order flow. The order flow. You do not want to close on emotions. You want to close on what is the order flow doing. We're still failing to create higher highs. We're creating lower lows. So sellers are clearly in control here. And so we create our high, or buyers show willingness to go higher. I'm not looking to close this trade at all. So I got my finger on the button here. So I want to see aggressive selling coming in here. I got my finger on the button here. My finger on the button. There we go. There we go. Now we're currently up 4R here. All right. Probably about the willing to close the max at 3.5R. That's what I'm willing to close at. All right, we got some aggressive buying coming in here. Now, if I wanted to hold, I'm gonna look here. All right, Nvidia could reject. We could reject here. We could reject here. We could go a little lower on XLG. It's low key a risk holding this trade here. It's low key a risk. Now, looking on the book maps, we got aggressive orders sitting at the 65s could be more of a magnet. If we go through these levels and we see a lot of selling with no absorption, we could go a lot lower here. But we see absorption, I'm going to close the trade almost immediately. And we at the POC at the 64s here. The 64s is the POC. The 64s is the POC. And we still have the video going lower here. I'm looking to hold this trade here. I'm looking to hold the trade under these lows. Under these lows, we should see a lot of selling under these lows. If we break, we should see a lot of selling under these lows here. We have a lot of orders sitting under these lows here. All right, we just broke under these lows. What can we see? The video going lower. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. There we go. That's exactly how you do it. Just like that. Exactly like that. That's exactly how you do it. Let's go. Easy trade, simple, straightforward. So if I give you a recap, what did I see on the order flow? What did I see on the table? What did I see on the charts, right? So first thing first, we go to the book maps. Now, one thing you need to notice, right? If we just show you on the book maps, look at the range we was in for almost 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Look at the range that we was in. Now, one thing you need to know, when we have a lot of aggressive buying, but no follow through at a high, at all-time highs, you see no follow through. You see accumulation. Now, I'm going to show you all the buying we had during the overnight session. Look at all the buying versus here. That's clear signs of exhaustion. Once you see exhaustion, that's the first sign of a reversal. When you're looking for a reversal, you need to see exhaustion or absorption. Now, what do you see here? Look at all this buying here. You see all this buying, but no follow through at all. All this buying, no follow through. All this buying, no follow through. There was more buyers than sellers. There was more aggressive buyers than sellers. You need to be very aware of that. So once we pulled up to here, I'm looking to sell. Pull back here, aggressive buying, no follow through. Stop loss above here, and we're holding through all these aggressive bids. Now I'm gonna show you something here. This is an easy trick. If you're using the book maps, even on a candlestick chart, that's why you want to see failed higher highs formed on a candlestick chart. Because when higher highs are forming, that means buyers are taking control. Here, we just created a higher high and failed to create a lower low, showing buyers are in control. That's why I stopped my trade under these lows. Once we take out these lows, aggressive sellers, you want to see continuation. We see no continuation, meaning I want to close my trade for some profit. I want to close my trade for some profit here. So you see how we was failing to fill the offer? Fail. You want to see fail to fill the offer when we're selling. Once we start filling the offer here, you're looking to close your trade for profit. You see how we fill in the bid. We're filling the bid, but we're failing to fill the offer. The offer is above, bid is below. That's the easy sign to look for what? Sales. All right, so I'm gonna put this in my notes here. All right, so the book maps here, the VIX, a cursor right here, market open. Look at that. That's so easy. It's very easy. This is very straightforward things here. Very easy. Right? And look, we got NQ dumping. ES should follow. ES should follow. And look how perfect my levels are. That's why it's very important to have key levels. Very high. Point of control. Done. Done deal. Perfect exit. You cannot get a better exit than this. 63s. Oh my God. Bottom tick. Bottom tick to the tick. All right. So now with my notes, right? So this was an ES long. E is long. Now select, we took a offer. Offer is a sell. The playbook was a reversal, and this was more as a continuation reversal, right? Because I didn't catch it at the top. I low-key did, but it was okay. It was a top reversal, right? And I seen the exhaustion, right? And it was a balance breakout because we broke out the balance. This was an area of balance that we broke out. Now the trigger was aggressive buying, aggressive selling, trap buyers, pull back to origin. We pull back to the origin, and we had failed buying, and we had a offer flip from bid, right? We had exhaustion. Now the volume was pretty high. Now the expected R on this trade was 5.9 R. All right. And my main focus of all trades must be part of the playbook and strictly from levels, nothing else. Preferred streams. At least one pair has to go long or short. Do not fiddle in the middle. All entries got to be taken from a pullback or confirmed volume in direction. Here, pullback. I confirmed the volume in direction. All right. I didn't fiddle in the middle. I'm trading at key levels. All right. Now here, for mark here. There we go. If I put this in the, boom. What do we have here? Aggressive buying, don't follow through. Aggressive sellers. Now, if you look at these highs, that's a completed auction, right? That shows that that's a clean high, right? After all that aggressive buying, we had selling, right? Here, accumulation, sell off, right? Yeah, my entry was at the 77s. The 77s is right here. So as I seen that aggressive buying, no follow through with aggressive sellers, I got in with aggressive sellers and held that bad boy for a runner. And that's another reason why I don't use TPs, because when I use TPs, you leave a lot on the table. You leave a lot on the table. Your mentor can leave a lot on the table. I'm not leaving a lot on the table. I'm looking for that runner. When we have high volatility, you can get a lot of RR. My first RR was like 2.5, then it was 3, then it was 4, then it was 5, right? So that's why it's now it's 6. That's why it's worth it to get out. All right. So that's it today, guys. So this is my Thursday. I'm not taking no more trades, and this was an easy 5.9 R. That was really a 6 R trade, which I put in there, and that was a very, very good trade. And the higher time frame was bullish, right? And all-time highs. All-time highs. It was a low resistance. Low resistance. We going through these levels easily, right? Now, someone say, "Oh, you should have held through the low." No, it's not smart to hold through the low through all this drawdown. All this drawdown, I would have gave up too much RR on this move. But that's it. You guys have any questions, ask me in the comments or ask me in the server. And I did put all my pre-market in the server here. I put it all in the pre-market, what I was looking for. And I literally said this was an area of shorts, an area of shorts, an area of shorts, an area of shorts. We shorted off perfectly. That's why it's important to have a pre-market plan and take notes and do this over and over to be very, very consistent. And you guys take care. If you guys have any questions, please ask in the comments. And deuces.